Hey, so you have a job interview coming up. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? But most of us stressed out over it. And I guess if English isn't your first language, then you might see it as a little more of a challenge. But it doesn't have to be. If you have been invited to that job interview, it's a good chance that they really want you there. You have been shortlisted. They've looked at your CV, they've looked at all your stuff, your cover letter and that. They may even have asked a few people in the industry about you, and they want to talk to you. And when you go in, they're going to be pretty easygoing. They want to make you feel comfortable. They want to get to know you. If they're not that way, then they're probably not the company you want to work with. Before we walk into an interview, and first of all, I should tell you about myself. My name's Bert Lange. I'm a business English coach. I've been doing this for about 4 years, and before that, I was in business for over 30 years. And I interviewed many people over the years. I was an entrepreneur, so I generally didn't have many interviews myself, except for in my younger years. But I know what it's like. Many of my students, I've taught hundreds of students over the last 4 years, have had to gone through interviews, and we've worked at and we've role played and everything. And just about always when they get there, they say, "Oh, Bert, it was so easy compared to what we were doing." And I always try to get people in the right minds. So before you go into the interview, you have to take control of your own mind. You have to do those affirmations. You are a good person. You can and will do a great job. You have been through this kind of thing before. You have been in much tougher situations before, and you deserve to have this job if you want to have this job. The other major thing I want you to remember, you are going in there and you are going to assess if it's the right opportunity for you. You want a real opportunity. You want something that's going to move your career ahead, that you're going to learn and you'll enjoy, and you want to be a good workplace. So you are interviewing them while they're interviewing you. The other thing I want you to remember is you don't have to just jump on a question. You don't have to just say the first thing that comes to your mind. It's okay to say, "That's a very good question. Let me think about that for a minute." And when you talk about yourself, try to only do it for 45 seconds to a minute. And in North America, we keep it pretty focused on our experience, what we learn from our experience, and why we can do this job. We don't really get into too much about family and that. Now, if you do triathlons, you might say, well, big part of my life, I'm very passionate about triathlons as well as my family. And as for work, my experience with XYZ company has really opened up a lot of my thinking. I have had an opportunity to work on my management style when I was supervising people, and it's been a good experience. And at this point, I feel I need new challenges to widen my experience and to move up and maybe have more responsibilities. The next big question is going to be, after your strengths, is going to be, well, we all have weaknesses. Can you tell me about your weaknesses? And that's fine. I'm organizationally challenged, so I have workarounds for that. I have people to help me with the things that I find difficult. I try to outsource, and I try to work off a list and focus on what's most important every day. They may ask you about your worst day. You get those behavioral questions. Well, what was the situation? What was the task or the objective that you had to achieve? What action did you take? You spoke to a difficult person and you were able to work it out with them. Maybe you went to lunch with them or something and you made friends with. And then what was the outcome? And so tell a story. The story is very important. So in all these words, what I'm getting at is go in there, affirm yourself before you go there. Don't memorize things to say. Keep an open body language. Keep eye contact. Don't cover your mouth. Just be there to enjoy yourself. And remember, look at it as though you're interviewing them also. Another thing I want you to do before you walk in is read English out loud a bit somewhere, just to open up your English mind. That's a real quick, simple way to just get your English nice and sharp before the meeting. I'm always available. Ask me anything you need to know. I'm here. I've gone through all these things before, believe me, and it's fun. I offer a free course on making small talk. I've just completed a very comprehensive course on meetings that will be a very small investment to purchase. I do group classes and different things for people, so I'm always available. You can DM me on LinkedIn there often, comment on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. And I do live sessions on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook every Thursday morning my time, which is 9:30 Eastern, but I live in Nova Scotia, so it's 10:30 for me. Have a great day. Go in there, ace that interview, show them how good you are, and thank you very much.